Hey, welcome back. You're gonna have to excuse my voice for this video. I lost my voice for 5 days and this is the best that it's been. I'm finally able to film my final videos for 2021. It's the end of the year and like a couple weeks till Christmas. So I have 2 more videos planned, this being one, and then we're going to switch it over and do best of high end for my final video, I think, unless I can squeeze one extra one in. But holidays are crazy. I know you all are busy. Not everyone's hanging out on YouTube, but we'll do the best we can. So yeah, today I wanted to talk about some favorites that have come into my life in the drugstore world this year. Normally, I'm switching things up. Normally I would do like, you know, my favorite products of 2021. But I wanted to switch it up into drugstore and high-end this year because I'm not necessarily focusing or refocusing on a lot of things I've talked about in the past. Most of these products that I'm going to talk about were new discoveries for me this year or new launches. I just feel like sometimes the roundups can become really repetitive, and most of you know what, you know, like my holy grail favorites are. So yeah, really just the fresh picks of 2021. I have a pretty solid lineup, but not too overwhelming. And it is kind of like a 50-50 mix of drugstore and affordable products. So most of these you will be able to find at your local drugstore or Ulta. But some of them are just products that I've found from other places that are in the affordable range. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to start out with Complexion as usual. I actually only have 3 products that I felt were just top notch, worth a mention. We'll start out with the first. This was probably the earliest drugstore complexion product that I really fell in love with this year. Probably, I feel like this came out in the summertime, but it is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector Glow Makeup. This hands down is supposed to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I think it is spot on, like the closest thing at the drugstore that you can find to Hollywood Flawless Filter. It definitely has a different texture. The Maybelline one is a little bit more moussey, but it works and looks totally the same. So this was one that I really loved in the summertime. It kind of, just like the name says, it gives your face, I did a half and half comparison, it gives your face a nice, soft, perfected look. Just a little pep up, if you will. So if you're someone that doesn't enjoy wearing foundation, this is something I think you'll really like. Wearing this by itself, perfectly fine. Wearing it underneath makeup, again, it just gives you a nice glowy radiance from within. But I also like wearing it by itself with just a little bit of concealer. So this is a really nice kind of one and done product, and also a really good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. My favorite base product of the year has got to be probably the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This is a lovely product. It looks and feels super high-end. When you apply it, it's like applying nothing to your skin. Again, gives you a nice perfected look. I would give this product a solid light coverage. Definitely, I don't think exceeds into the medium range, but it's also not super sheer. You're gonna get more coverage with this compared to the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector that I just talked about. So yeah, every time I wear this, I just feel really nice and polished, and I feel like I have nothing on my skin. I am wearing it today, and you can definitely work this up, build this up by using, you know, a heavier coverage concealer, adding a little bit of powder on top. It's very versatile for the price and just as a standalone product in your makeup collection. It can be really lightweight, but I think it could be, you know, worked up a little bit. So I have been very impressed with this. Also, I like the finish. It's not too glowy, but it's not matte. It's kind of somewhere in between. So this is one I've been enjoying. I wear 0.5 to 2, although I feel like I could probably go up to the next, whatever the next level is, because it is a little light on me. I do have to wear a little bit of cream bronzer with it, but even at that, it still looks gorgeous. NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. Now, NYX is still on the shade list for me for discontinuing the Bear With Me skin tint, or Skin Veil. The Bear With Me Skin Veil, Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. Yeah. We all know that was my one true love, and unfortunately from everything I've seen, it appears that it's probably being discontinued. But for some reason, they felt the need to continue this Bear With Me lineup and come out with a serum concealer. This is so reminiscent to me of one of my favorite high-end concealers, which is Dior Forever Skin. It has a lovely elasticity to it, really good coverage. I mean, actually, I think on the website, on Ulta's website, this is called the Face and Body Concealer. I'm not really sure why, but I have just been using it for, you know, the traditional under eye area. It says it's infused with tremella mushroom. I don't know what the benefits of that are, so do with that what you will. But back to why I like this so much. This is, again, good coverage, good amount of coverage. Definitely solid medium full coverage concealer. I use one tiny little dot to do both of my under eyes, and I love how flexible it is. It doesn't look crepey, and it has a lovely amount of hydration to it. So I feel like whether you're someone that has, you know, a dry under area, normal, aging possibly, this still has a lot of flexibility to where it's not going to dry down and look crepey, but it is going to give you a decent amount of coverage. A little goes a long way, beautiful finish. So I would really like to see NYX continue this and bring back the tinted skin veil, because I think that these would pair nicely together. So this was my concealer pick. Really enjoyed this. Let's switch over to eyes, because I feel like this is definitely my biggest find this year, my most exciting find this year. And since they've come into my possession, I've not put them down. So they are the Beauty Pie Cream Shadow Sticks. These are identical to all of my high-end cream shadow sticks. You all have been asking me for years, like, find the perfect dupe for, you know, Caviar Stick, Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks, By Terry, you know, Ombre Black Star, all of those higher end cream shadow sticks. This is it. This is it. And they are $5.60 with the Beauty Pie Plus membership. If you already have one, then you get the member pricing. If not, it's literally, I have a code for $10 off. You can use it to get $10 off your membership, and it's like $49 a year, less than $5 a month. Worth it for just alone for these cream eyeshadows. The colors are gorgeous. There's a lovely mix of shimmer and matte tones. They apply beautifully. They're just seamless, perfect application, great longevity. I was just like shocked when I found these, and that it took me so long to try these out. So the biggest winners in my makeup collection this year, because even the next cream eyeshadow that I am fixing to talk about, I'm just gonna go and say, we're fixing to talk about the e.l.f. Cream Shadow Sticks. The e.l.f. Cream Shadow Sticks are more expensive than the Beauty Pie Cream Shadow Sticks. Okay, well, I take that back. I just looked these up. I thought these were $6. They were $6 at one point, but they've come down. So these, the e.l.f. ones are $5, but still the color range, the performance in the Beauty Pie, it definitely does trump the e.l.f. ones in my opinion. But we'll go ahead and move along, because I did want to include the e.l.f. in my video, because I know it's, you know, more accessible for a lot of people. And I think e.l.f. redid these shadow sticks this year, if I'm not mistaken, because not only was the packaging different, but there were some new shades and performance for the price. I mean, these were definitely my top contenders for super affordable cream shadow sticks, because I really couldn't recommend any that I had found at the drugstore. The CoverGirl ones are discontinued. Why? I have no clue. But these were kind of like the best contenders. They do apply really lovely. I'm actually wearing, it's called Champagne Crystal on the inner part of my eye. Lovely application. The longevity is pretty solid on these. I would say they last the majority of the day. My only issue is that I just want to see more colors and more range in this lineup. It's kind of like I think all of the shades have just like a solid satin finish. There's not a variety of matte. There's not a variety of shades that can really make your eyes pop. So this Champagne Crystal one is actually, out of the three, the only one that I would consider to make my eyes have that like pop effect. But I also really do like Magnetic Pull. It's a unique shade. It's kind of like this dusty mauve purple gray. And then I also have Copper Chic, which I don't really use often. I don't find that copper always looks great on me, but it is a really pretty tone, especially if you have a little bit more of a tan complexion compared to me. So for $5, I cannot complain. These are definitely worthy of the mention, and I like that e.l.f. redid these because I feel like they are a little bit of an improvement from what they were. Let's talk about some Ulta Beauty products. Ulta Beauty kind of showed out this year for me. There were a couple other products I discovered that I didn't really mention in this video just because I feel like I like them, but they weren't ones that like stuck out and I reused like the ones I'm about to talk about. So the first is a more recent discovery from the Ulta Beauty collection, but I've been loving it. It's the Oh My Glow Cream Bronzer in the shade Tiramisu. It's one of those products that is borderline bronzer blush. So very multi-purpose if you're someone that just likes to throw something on and get that duo kind of effect. Like, you know, it gives you a little bit of color like a bronzer would, but also adds a little bit of life to the cheeks. This is something to look into. Very easy to apply, very travel friendly. I love the tone of it. It's definitely more of a lighter rosy toned bronzer. The only downside is there are only 2 shades and they're like super light. Like they're literally for my complexion. Definitely love to see a shade expansion happening in this bronzer lineup. And that's another thing with the Ulta Beauty lineup. I feel like there aren't always a ton of shades to pick from. But yeah, I think this is a unique tone in a cream bronzer, and I've actually been using it in my travel makeup bag, so I don't really have to pack a separate bronzer or blush. Okay, I tried the Ulta Beauty Metallic Cream Eyeshadows. Unfortunately, one was not a winner, one was. This was the winner for me, and it's in the shade Breakdance. So this is a nice like coppery, golden, neutral bronze situation. And I cannot think of what the one that I tried, I'll put it down below, what the name was, but unfortunately it was just a little patchy on me. It was definitely a miss compared to this one. So I would caution, if you're checking out the shades, just know there might be some discrepancies in the formula because it was like night and day between the one that I tried first and this shade right here. This shade, gorgeous, luscious, full of pigment, great longevity. Once it dried down, it's dry, baby. So this is a great option for a one and done eyeshadow. It's kind of like that neutral bronze tone that everyone gravitates towards. I think it would be appropriate for all skin tones, and it says that it is waterproof, and I would definitely say that I mean, it's one of those that you can feel. It's like totally dry once it's dried down. Easy application, pigmented, no complaints. Really pretty, great daily eyeshadow color. Love this discovery for me this year because I feel like I was in a lip liner rut where I was only using my Charlotte Tilbury, but I was kind of desperate to find, you know, a good, long-wearing, affordable option, but that also had a good color range. That's something that really draws me to the Charlotte Tilbury ones. I really like her color range. So I discovered the Sephora Rouge Gel Lip Liners somewhere around the sale back in early fall. And I have been using these nonstop. I feel like I'm missing one. I think I have 4, which I'll do the swatch. I'll double check and do swatches. But the shade that I'm actually wearing on my lips today is Creme de la creme, great, just neutral nude tone, perfect for every day. But number one, I love the packaging. The packaging's very substantial on these. It's a twist up packaging so you don't have to sharpen, and I like the way that these look and feel. They are super pigmented, they glide on really smooth, they definitely have more of like that gel texture like it says. It's not as dry as the Charlotte Tilbury formula, definitely a little bit more moisturizing, so if that's something that you go for, then I think you would really like these. But also the shade selection in these is really good, so check these out if you haven't. I feel like these are, I thought they were like $8. But again, I got them on sale, so I could be thinking of the sale price. But the Sephora collection, I would generally categorize as being a little bit more affordable than obviously high end. I have a couple of products from Honest Beauty this year that have really impressed me. The first being their mascara. This is a really good mascara. I was shocked. Number one, because it has a rubber bristle style, which generally does not work well for my lashes. But somehow, I'm going to show you my application and kind of like before and after. I mean, this mascara packs a punch. I have been so impressed with it. Somehow it's really good at curling and holding that curl, even though it doesn't really have a curl style brush on it. Just overall, I think it's one of the most impressive mascaras that I've tried in a long time. And it also comes with a lash primer side. I don't really use this. I found that it looks good without it, so I don't really take the extra time or step to do that. But if you feel it makes a difference, then go for it. I just am, you know, quick application type of gal, and the mascara itself works well for me. The second product is the Honest Beauty Lip Crayon. I found this is so weird. I don't know why I remember stuff like this, but I bought this the day before I had Max. I remember I was just at Walgreens picking something up, and they had recently put in an Honest Beauty section, so I purchased some stuff, and this was one of the products. And I remember I wore this like every day postpartum for months, and I only have one shade. It's called Sheer Blossom, and I've been meaning to pick up more, but I think every time I've went to look, they've been sold out. So I do have one, and it's called Sheer Blossom. It's a really pretty soft kind of I would say definitely a peachy tone. But these are really glossy, really comfortable on the lips. They really give a nice like pepped up look to your lips without feeling thick or heavy. They don't really feel like a gloss on your lips. They just kind of feel moisturizing. So yeah, I really loved this for several months. It was kind of like my go-to. Okay, we're narrowing it down here. The second product or products I want to talk about are from the brand called Holika. Holika, I think that's how you say it. It is a Korean brand, and I have two of their products, which I've both been very impressed with. And I was shocked when I did a video using these, how many of you all went out and bought these products. Where I do have affiliate links in my info box, I am able to see like, you know, how many times things were clicked and purchased. This product was off the charts. Like, I could not believe how many people bought this after seeing it in my video. But it is the Milky Dew Balm, and I'm gonna have to put the shade down below because it is not in English on the bottom. So, and I cannot remember what it's called, but this is a very interesting product. It is definitely a lip balm style. It feels very balmy when you apply it, but also at the same time, it feels very cooling and watery. I remember trying to describe this, and I still feel like I can't accurately describe it, but it's almost like sorcery where you apply it and it first applies pretty sheer. You can definitely build this up. It's definitely meant to give you that like popsicle lip style of look, but it feels cooling when you apply it. And these products also have a very interesting scent. It's peachy. but also a hint of like floral in it. It's interesting. It's almost just takes you by surprise because I'm not used to smelling this kind of scent in makeup products. Not overwhelming. It's very pleasant. I like it. But yeah, this was just such a different product, and I think a lot of you were interested in trying it, and I like it. I think it is very cool, very innovative. I would like to see, I know the style of this product is supposed to be, again, that popsicle lip. So most of the colors are a little bit more on the brighter side. Not bright in the sense that it's like hot pink, but it is that stained kind of bright look. And it's very hard for me to get down with that if it's like a cool tone pink, and some of them were. So that's why I went for the warmest color I could find. Now I also purchased another product which I thought was going to be a gloss, but it's actually not. Again, it's that traditional like stain formula, but it's very moussey on the lips and very pretty color. This one is in the shade Cuddly. I think this is called the Air Lip or Air something. Okay, the Holika Heart Crush Glow Tint Air. That's what it's called. So yeah, again, this is a lovely product. It gives your lips a nice bit of stain, kind of like that K-pop look. Again, referencing kind of like the popsicle lip. And this has a totally different scent. This smells like champagne in the best way possible. Like a sweet champagne scent. Yeah, this was an interesting brand to me. I really enjoyed trying these products this year, and I thought that they were worth another mention because it seemed a lot of you all liked them as well. We'll definitely be exploring this in the upcoming year. 2 cream blushes to talk about. The first is NYX Sweet Cheeks. Love this formula. Love the color that I have. I have the shade Nude Tude, and this is a little wand style application cream blush. It's somewhere in between a liquid and a mousse. It's not as watery as a liquid, but it's not as thick as a mousse, if that makes sense. And I think that it looks really soft and pretty on the cheeks. I love the application of it because, again, it's not too watery. It doesn't really mess with the rest of my makeup, but also it's not like a super flat matte. It has a little bit of life left to it. So I think that this is just a really easy application cream blush. Again, very portable. We love to see it. This is super sleek. You could throw it in a really tiny makeup bag and travel with it. So yeah, this is a formula that I used a lot this year and that I felt was just as good as a lot of my high-end or its high-end counterparts. I also wanted to talk about the Beauty Pie cream blush. I have the shade Bare Blush. These to me are very reminiscent of the Trini London cream blushes. So if you watch my Trini London videos and you were intrigued by the cream blushes, I feel like this formula is very, very, very similar. These are what I would describe as like a typical cream blush formula, like standard traditional cream blush. There's not any dew going on. It's not like a moussey matte formula. It is a true cream formula where when you touch it, it feels creamy. It applies very easily on the cheeks, and these cream blushes are really pigmented. I also have another color that I have to be pretty careful with because it is super pigmented. So the formula is A+ on these. I love the application, really easy, like I said, and I just love a good traditional product, and this to me is a traditional cream blush. Okay, I think that is it for my lineup. Like I said, tried to make it easy breezy, nothing overwhelming. Most of these are newer products or products that were new to me this year. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the drugstore lineup. I'm also excited for the high end so I can have that prepped and ready for the new year. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for your support this year. I know I had some partnered videos back to back in December. Just like the holiday season, honestly, I get a lot of offers, and I really tried to pick I had 2 for December, and I really tried to pick the 2 that I felt were really good values, products and brands that I enjoyed. So yeah, I know that sometimes it can just be overwhelming with back-to-back content or partnered content. I understand that. So before the new year, I'm currently working on my lineup for January. So I hope to have some fresh videos coming your way. Let me know what some of your drugstore favorites were for the year down below. I love to read them. I know everyone else reads each other's recommendations as well. So feel free to leave them down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye. Some fresh videos coming your way. Let me know what some of your drugstore favorites were for the year down below. I love to read them. I know everyone else reads each other's recommendations as well. So feel free to leave them down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.